This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Diamond. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, for September 23rd, was an Italian footballer who was a soccer player who was a great forward and was the huge legend in 1982, helping Italy win the World Cup when a lot of people thought Italy weren't going to win the World Cup. So, anyway, he won the top goal scorer and player of the tournament and won the World Cup in 1982. Becoming only one of 3 players to do so. He even won European Footballer of the Year in 82 for his performances. He scored 9 goals in the World Cup overall, making him tied for first in Italy with Roberto Baggio and Christian Fiore. He was also a decent player domestically, too. He's actually deceased, but I knew I had to get this guy some credence. His name is Paolo Rossi. Paolo Rossi was born in Prato, Italy, September 23rd, 1956. He made his debut with Juventus. And all that. It was just humongous. He would actually play in the Coppa Italia. All that. Unfortunately, he would be very injury prone and all that. He went to Como, which actually was making its Serie A, or top division debut in 1976. Anyway, when Vincenzo Calcio got him on loan, his career turned a turning point. The coach decided to move him from the wing and put him in center forward. And he got a knack for getting open the box and scoring 21 goals in Serie B, winning their Golden Boot. The qualities he provided helped Vicenza get to Serie A and all that. He scored 24 goals, getting Vicenza second place out of all teams in Serie A, losing to Juventus. So Juventus were number 1, and then Vicenza. He was then asked to join the 1978 World Cup team and all that. He had his growth and was a good striker and all that. So it was amazing. Rossi would score 3 goals as Italy took 4th in the World Cup. He was part of the team of the tournament and all that. Vicenza and Juventus actually jointly owned him. So anyway, it was actually shocking. When the Vicenza owner called about him, they offered 2.6 billion lira for Rossi becoming the world's most expensive player. After the 1978 World Cup, during the 78-79 season, you got Vicenza to the UEFA Cup, but couldn't score too many goals because he was injured. Vicenza went to Serie B, and then Rossi was given to Perugia to play in Serie A, the top division. So he scored 13 goals, getting Perugia to the round 16 UEFA Cup. Unfortunately, though, there was a betting scandal known as Toto Nero, in which some Italian players were charged with trying to bet on their teams and all that. And guess who got involved? That's right, Paolo Rossi. Rossi was disqualified from soccer for 3 years. However, on appeal, it got taken down to 2 years. So, anyway, he always claimed to be innocent despite the ban. Paolo Rossi was repurchased by Juventus in 1981 despite his ban. And then in 3 appearances at the end of the 81-82 season, which he was allowed to come back, he scored 1 goal. And a lot of people were upset that he was put on the Italian squad for World Cup '82, despite the fact that he rarely played the past 2 years for things and all that. Some say he was in very poor shape. He had a bad performance in the first group stage, and a lot of people thought that Rossi had seen better days. But Enzo Bersot, the manager, did not stray from having Rossi around. So in the second group stage, which FIFA stupidly decided to do, first match was against, well, their 3-team group was Italy, Argentina, and Brazil. So Argentina were the reigning champs, and Brazil were the heavy favorites. Italy put up a 2-1 win over Argentina, mostly thanks to Gentili and Sciria man-marking Maradona. Italy took on Brazil in one of the most famous games around, and Rossi scored a pair of goals, and Brazil scored a pair of goals. So it was 2-2, and then the tiebreaker was Rossi's goal to make it 3-2, get Italy to the semifinals. In the semifinal against Poland, he scored twice against them, getting them to the World Cup final. And then Rossi would score the first goal for Italy in that famous 3-1 win over West Germany. Italy won their third World Cup as a nation, and with 6 goals, he was named the Golden Boot winner for most goals scored in the tournament, and the Golden Ball award for best player of the tournament, and won the World Cup championship. So that made him the third guy, other than Garrincha and Mario Kempes, to get those trophies in 1 year. He was just amazing, and he won the European Football of the Year in '82. He was a national hero for Italy in 1982 because of how Italy had not won a World Cup since 1938, and they were struggling to get back on their feet. So then, after the World Cup, he went back to Juventus and helped them win the 1983 Italian Cup, and got Juventus to the European Cup / Champions League final in '83, only to lose out to Hamburg, and was the tournament top scorer with 6 goals. And in '84, he helped Juventus win the championship of Serie A. They won the Cup Winners' Cup in 1984. And then in 1985, Rossi was part of the Juventus team alongside Platini and Nielsen to help him win the European Cup in '85. Of course, that will always be marred by the Heysel disaster, in which the Liverpool fans were being assholes. Then he decided to go to AC Milan in 1985. He was selected for Italy squad in the '86 World Cup, but didn't play. He struggled during the team's fitness test, and then they had to replace him with Calderisi. So anyway, he went to Verona in 1987, helped them finish 4th in Serie A, and decided to retire. Go into real estate. So he scored 9 goals in the World Cup, tying it with Baggio and Fiori. All that. 3 goals in '78, 6 in '82. So anyway, Rossi did quite do for himself. He was a pundit, but unfortunately died of lung cancer at the age of 64 in 2020. He was survived by his second wife and 3 children. Unfortunately, his house was even robbed during his funeral. Pathetic. So for Juventus, Como, Vicenza, Perugia, Milan, and Hellas Verona, he put up 134 domestic goals in 341 appearances, internationally 20 goals in 48 games. Helped Vicenza get to win Serie B in 1977, meaning he was Serie A. Juventus, 2 Serie A titles in '82 and '84, the Copa America in '83, the European Cup in '85, the World Cup in 1982 with Italy. So yeah, he was Italian football personified and brought Italy back to prominence. He's good, don't you think? Anyhow, I'm going to do.